Hello everyone. Today we are going to go through the Android activity lifecycle. I believe quite a few of you might be thinking, why would we actually speak about this theme? Long story short, in the past and still now, the memory on the mobile phones and the resources on the mobile phones and devices are limited. Therefore, the way how the mobile applications are created, if you don't really see it right now running in front of you, the most probably the activity is either dormant or closed or killed. Not many options left. Today, we will have a look into how is actually Android activity behaving. So I know that we in the beginning just shown you, okay, just click here at the top and you will see running application and it is like this. And you see hello world. What I would like to show you is that it's not really like this, but there are quite a few states happening. In order to actually show you a little bit more, I have prepared as usual, link to the documentation. So if you will be looking for extra information, go into androiddevelopers.com and there you will see nicely and well detailed described activity lifecycle. For today, I will show this picture. It is of course coming from this page here. It's just a little bit enlarged. And here you can directly see what we are going to go through today. We will see that we are launching activity. We will check what is happening on create. We will also see that there is on start activity or on start method being called and how to actually hook our code into this on start method, which is always being called on resume. Once we will have our application running, we will try to do some things around the application and see what is happening. One of the cases, and especially this on pause, is relatively hard to simulate right now. But actually, it would be possible, but not with the tools that we provided with you till now. We will eventually show it in later lessons once we will be playing with the dialogues. But in general, what it means, if the activity is running and your activity goes behind, it means that on a phone, you click the middle button and application is sent to the back. The Android will make sure that it will call for you on pause and on stop. Till there is enough memory in the phone, the application will stay there. And if you just resume it, the application and Android will automatically again call for you this on start and on resume. But if there is not enough memory, activity will be closed, finished, in other words, and this on destroyed will be called. So let's have a look how it actually happens in real life. I'm going to do, again, just a tiny bit of programming. Here is, I will create as usual my tag so that I do not need to rewrite it as many times as I need. I promised that we will first try on create and on destroy because these two are corresponding. They are usually called only once for each and every activity. The easiest way is to just type on destroy and voila, Android already helped. Android Studio already greatly helped me with filling everything. And here I will just type on stop. And of course I need to finish adding import. And here we'll add a very corresponding one. I can just copy the name of the method, which will be called. You can see that here, as usual, I'm using logcat. I have my filter set up to this main activity, to this text. So I will start application and create. So let's restart the application. So we see on create, if I minimize the app, we still see nothing. But if I open The context button, which shows me currently active or running applications, and I swipe it, voila, application was destroyed and everything what the application and activity knew about is gone. This was relatively harsh. On destroy can be simulated in a few other ways. We will get to that in other lessons, or maybe if there will be time, even during this lesson. The next one, which I would like to show you, is on start. Why we are speaking about these methods is that these methods are useful for you. For example, if you would like to persist some information which is currently visible on the screen, or for example, if you would like to release the resources that you are using. Imagine that you are using camera and you are not showing the output on the screen. The usage of the camera is not as cheap as you would think. It's taking quite a few resources, so it's always great to release the resources that you are not using. Again, I will just do this very same and start. In very similar way, I can just call on stop. I'm just copy pasting because it's saving simple time in this particular case. Okay, let's run the app and let's see what will actually happen on start of the application. What I'm promising you, you should see on create and on start. And well, it actually happened. By the way, what do you think will happen if I will click on this middle button, on home button? We will see on stop. Because the application is background, but it is still living there. And if I will go back, I should see again on start. And this will, of course, be happening as frequently as I will be clicking on anything. Even just minimizing it will cause on stop and on start. Last but not least is on resume and on pause. Okay. No. Resume. Pause. And I will borrow again a few logs here. Okay, so let's run the application. The main aim of this lesson is for you to really know that starting of the application and activity is not just one step. I know that I'm time to time speaking about application and activity. Activity has this life cycle, and application activity is also super similar to this one, just on a little bit different level. But today it's really mostly about the activity of life cycle of the activity. So here we could have seen, okay, on create, on start, and on resume. By the way, on the resume is being called as a last one. Usually it is the place where you will try to load some data if you would like to. In the other lessons, we will show you how to use view models to really not to care that much about activity lifecycle. But this is actually it. So if I go and stop it or minimize it this way, you can see it was automatically paused and on stop was called. If I will enlarge it again on start and on resume. In the past, it was there was a way how to actually force the on pause and on resume even without actually causing on stop and start. That's reason why I'm also speaking about it that much. But as you can see right now, I'm hovering over, the activity is visible, yet the on resume or neither on pause was not called, and right now not even on resume will be called. The only way for me is to force many things is, again, minimize it, and if I will click the if I will open, minimize and kill, I should see eventually the on destroy, on stop, and on destroy actually was not called. So interesting, and you should, as a future developer or someone interested in Android, be aware of that it might happen. So let's try it once more. We will run the application. On start of the application, we will see on create, which is called exactly once when the application is created. That's the reason why we do here usually all the initialization, binding, like one-time things. On start is a good candidate to do also relatively heavy things, but in general, if you can differ from any bigger loading of the data to have it in parallel threads, which we will again show, do it. On resume is your place where you can try to show additional information or load extra data into the screen. And what is important on start and on resume is being called each and every time. So even if I send it to the back and start it again, you see that it is being called. On pause and on stop, it is being called each and every time when there is another application happening or when you move between activities. If I go back, again, on start and also on resume will be called. And on destroy, hopefully, is called when your application is killed. Okay. Of course, any questions can be raised later on and on the Slack channel, where we will definitely try to answer as soon as possible.